Hello, Timothy, and all other people interested in this topic. I have to be a little bit quiet. My daughter is sleeping. She's 7, and it's 7:58 in the morning. I wanted to talk about the credit cards because I, like you, have not used credit cards for 20 years, a very, very long time. And what people don't know is that when they enroll in credit cards, what they're doing is they're putting a chain around their neck. It's what my husband and I call modern slavery in the first world. Other kind of slavery, I'm not talking about. I know that exists, but that's not what this is about. I'm talking about first world slavery. People walk around and they don't realize that they are in chains because they owe people money. By living a very frugal life, we were able to purchase our house with cash. We bought our house in a rural part of North Carolina and we paid cash. It was during 2010. It was when the economy was still down. Our house had sold 5 years before for $85,000. Somebody else bought it for $36,000 the next time, and it was a bank foreclosed. No, I think they bought it for 55,000. It was bank foreclosed on, and the bank owned it, and it was $36,000 for sale. And we offered them $23,000, and they sold us a house. So we bought a house for cash. After we'd saved for maybe 6 or 8 months, I was pregnant and working part time. I was 41, pregnant and working part time, and we were able to save that much money. We didn't have great jobs. I was working for the census, and it was a part time temporary job. And my husband was working also part time as an online linguist. He trains people, he trains the American government people. And so those were really good jobs for us because we were both making $20 an hour, which before we were making like $10 an hour. So we were used to living off of $10 an hour income. And what we did is we saved, we saved, we saved, we saved, we saved. We never used credit cards. Let me get back to that topic. Okay, that's a different story. So with credit cards, what happens is if you go and you buy a cup of coffee for $2 and you put it on your credit card, by the time you pay it off, and if you don't pay it off right away, you've spent maybe $3 for the same cup of coffee. So it just simply makes no sense. And it is modern slavery. That's what's happening. People think, oh, I gotta have this, I gotta have that, I gotta have the other. We are so conditioned from birth that we need, go out and buy, buy, buy. And I think another reason why we were able to save money is we never had cable TV. And when you don't sit there watching cable TV where they try to sell you everything that you need, you gotta have this, you gotta have that, you gotta have the other. We don't buy it. We don't believe it, and we don't buy it. And Timothy, you talked about you don't have kids. I have 5 children that range in age from 23 to 7, and we never use credit cards ever, 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 ever. And what happens is by not using credit cards, you save the money, like you said, you keep it in your own pocket, and once it's in your own pocket, then it's yours. So because we were able to purchase our house, we had zero cost when it came to housing. Our cars, we always pay cash for. We buy like $2,000 or $3,000 Toyota Corollas because they last and last and last. Um, that's it. Like we don't have any expenses. We have food and we have electricity. That's it. And then leisure. I work maybe 7, 8 hours a week in an online job, and by saving up, not having that debt, it has allowed me the most amazing freedom. This week is an example, and last week is an example. I've been on a vacation for 3 weeks up and down the East Coast simply because I want to go. That's it, simply because I want to go. My daughter is homeschooled, so we take our learning on the road. You know, Instead of reading about the Statue of Liberty, we were up on in New York looking at the Statue of Liberty, listening to the stories, riding the ferry boats. Like the experience has enriched our lives so much by not having credit cards, by not believing the lie. But here's the thing, Timothy, you had said that lots of people don't believe it or can't see it. I think probably 99% of people cannot see through the facade that the world has created, that this government, that the system has created. They just want us plugged into it without thinking, and that's what all the cell phones are. That's what all the TVs are. That's what all the buying is, because it keeps people busy. It keeps them focused on things that are not important. And most people are like little rats on a treadmill, and they just are just simply trying to catch up. And I've been there. I lived in debt. I had lots of debt. So there's a shift, there's a mental shift, and once you get it, the whole world opens up for you. This year alone, and this is not bragging, I am not bragging, I am just telling you that it's a lifestyle choice. This year alone, I have been on vacation, um, I think maybe 8 weeks. 8 weeks. And I don't live a fancy lifestyle. I make very little money. I work very little, but I live extremely frugally, and it has allowed me the most amazing freedom. So thanks for this topic, and I enjoy your videos, and I'll keep watching. Have a great day.